A century-old promise, a century of conflict, and now a moment of historic reversal. The United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia have officially recognized the State of Palestine, marking a diplomatic turning point more than 100 years after Britain first issued the Balfour Declaration. A British statement that backed a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, a move long seen by Palestinians as the starting point of their dispossession.
I set out in July the terms upon which we would act, in line with our manifesto, to recognise Palestinian statehood. That moment has now arrived. So today, to revive the hope of peace and a two-state solution, I state clearly, as Prime Minister of this great country, that the United Kingdom formally recognises the State of Palestine.
What does this recognition mean for Palestinians, for Israel, and for the future of peace in the region? Let's break it down. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer confirmed the recognition, framing it as a step toward reviving hope for a two-state solution. He said the decision is not symbolic alone, but a necessary signal to both sides that peace remains possible. In Ottawa, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney stressed that recognition does not legitimize violence, but instead supports self-determination, coexistence, and a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Meanwhile, in Canberra, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Foreign Minister Penny Wong explained that the recognition is conditional, stressing that any Palestinian state must exclude Hamas's role in governance and commit to democratic principles. This move by three close allies of the United States marks a significant break from decades of Western policy. Until now, Washington and its partners had resisted recognition, insisting it should come only after a final peace settlement. The recognition also comes amid mounting humanitarian concerns in Gaza, where the war has intensified pressure on world leaders to take action beyond statements of concern. The timing is striking. 108 years after the Balfour Declaration of 1917, when Britain promised support for a Jewish homeland without consulting the Arab population living there. For Palestinians, today's recognition is being hailed as a symbolic correction, an acknowledgement of their right to statehood after more than a century of struggle. Supporters argue this recognition could breathe life into a stalled peace process. Critics warn it may deepen divisions on the ground. But one thing is clear: the voices of London, Ottawa, and Canberra have now joined a growing chorus of nations affirming Palestine's right to statehood. You're watching Freedom Square News. I'm Emmy Oche. Stay with us as we continue to unshackle journalism.
Freedom Square.